Okay, let's review another genetic evolution example here. Now we use a system, we use eMini S&P 500 futures contract on an intraday chart. We use a 5-minute intraday chart for the eMini futures here. So in this case, we will have a trading genome population for long entries. In this case, we use a 2-cycle composite to go along, which means that we use the low of a 2-cycle composite to enter long trades here. So the first cycle which is used has a length between 80 and 160 bars and has a variable fast, and the second cycle is a shorter term cycle between 40 and 100 bars with in addition and also variable fast. So the genes are allowed to mutate between these levels here. So this is our long entry based on the composite. Our exit is in addition based on the technical market condition, and we use a MACD signal crossover with variable parameters. So length settings for the signal line and the normal line are just variable and not fixed here in this case. So we use a static cycle composite to enter the trades and the technical market condition to exit our trades if we have overbought market situations for long trades. So a short entry, we use another 2-cycle composite. So again, we use a long-term cycle here between 80 and 160 bars with variable fast, and the shorter term cycle in addition on top of that. So the short entry composite means that the tops of these 2-cycle composite will be used to go short the market, and the same here. So we use the short exit signal by the technical market condition on the MACD with signal crossover and variable parameters, which means the genetic algorithm will mutate and cross over the genes of the variables of the MACD to find oversold markets and then exit short signals here. So this is our trading outline, and the evolution parameter are that we are looking for constant upsloping equity curve, high system quality number, and the more trades the better. So we use this for the intraday chart on the 5-minute bars here. So based on the 2-cycle composite, which can mutate between 80 and 160 plus variable fast plus a second cycle between 40 and 100 plus a variable fast, which can be combined with an MACD signal crossover with variable parameters, which can be combined with another 2-cycle composite with variable phase, which can be combined with any short exit signal with a MACD in addition on that. So that means we're talking about a search space here of, please see this number here, over 44 quadrillion possible systems, which means that we have a quite huge search space based on these, in the end, quite simple trading strategy, but based on the possible parameters which can be used and can be combined with any other parameter here, we get over 44 quadrillion systems. If you get then put on the table that you will need about 100 milliseconds to calculate each system here, you will need approximately 141 million years to calculate each system combination via a brute force algorithm. So you can quite easily see you will not be able to calculate each possible combination of parameters with a classical brute force algorithm here. So I mean, if you want to prepare for your trading day, you can't wait 141 million years to come out with the perhaps optimal combination here. So let's review what our genetic algorithm can help us here. So first of all, this is the situation. So on the left side of the blue line here, we see the in-sample period. So this is the 5-minute bar of the eMini futures from October the 8th up to November. So this is the actual last 3 trading weeks on a 5-minute chart. You see that it's quite interesting here, the situation that the in-sample period has a constant upsloping market. So we have been in an uptrend, and the out-of-sample period we're using here is a downtrend. So the market shifted right at the point where we switched from the in-sample to the out-sample period, which means that the genetic algorithm is only using this data here to let the genetic evolution run. So, and it will be quite interesting if the genome which is found on the left side here, how it will work in our out of sample period here. So let's have a look at the genetic algorithm here. First of all, we see from the environment that the out of sample starts at the 29th of October, which means that the 29th of October is here. So the last 3 days of trading on the 5-minute bars are the out of sample, and the last 2.5 weeks are the in sample period here. 5-minute bars. So the genome here is created. You see that the bisignals is based on cycle 1 and cycle 2, which are added. So this is the 2-cycle composite, and the length parameter here and here are based here on the gen. So this can be between 80 and 160, and the second cycle here between 40 and 100. So these are just added, and the turns are just referenced here. So this is the bi 2-cycle composite, this is the cell 2-cycle composite, and the exit signal is based on the crossover on the MACD, where you see here the variable parameters here and here can fluctuate between 8 and 16 and 16 and 33 based on the mutation of the genes. So we don't know what will be the good parameters here, so we will let the genetic evolution find the best parameters based on this situation here. So the fitness function, as mentioned before, we just want to have high system quality number here and an ideal equity curve, which means that the error should be quite low, and the more trades the better. So our fitness is calculated based on these 3 values here. It's quite a simple fitness function, but that's what we want to see here. So I've just run this analysis here. Keep in mind that we have 44 quadrillion possible system, and you see here just after, let's say 30 minutes to 90 minutes, we see that the net profit stabilized and the profitability of these systems came quite close. So I stopped this analysis just after 2 hours of letting the evolutional process run. So let's review our top 10 which have been tweaked out here. So this is the top 10 list. Let's start with the first one. Let's review the equity curve. You see here the net profit, so it's around 100 S&P eMini points in the in-sample period for the 2 to 3 weeks, which is quite a good score. Profitable percent is around 70%. We have around 40 trades, so we have over 2 points on average. And the system quality number is quite in a range between 3 and 4. Which looks quite good here. So now if we have a look at the equity curve here, so let's browse it, you see that we have a quite stable upsloping equity curve. This is the in-sample period here, and on the right side, so the red line indicates here that it shifted, so this is the out of sample period. So this is how it would look like if you would have traded the system after the analysis. So these data has not been taken into account, so this was trading blindly here. So let's browse the systems here. You can see that the equity curve is adapting itself. So you see here that the top 5 are quite stable here in this case. And let's say so this one here, I mean, you won't find any better trading curve here. So here you can see the power of how you design the fitness function, and instead of letting the evolution run against profitability or whatever, it's more interesting to have a stable equity curve. So here, as you can see, we have quite upsloping equity curve. And the interesting point here to mention it, that the equity curve has an upsloping equity curve just in the out of sample period. So just after the analysis, the system just went quite with the same slope upwards here. So, and keep in mind, as I mentioned here, it's quite interesting because the market behavior shifted. So in the out of sample periods, the market turned down, so in the downtrend, and the genome or the trading system, which has been tweaked out, has been stable. So even in the upsloping uptrend in sample period where the data was gathered. So, but we can observe the same performance then afterward in this out of sample period with just this here. So let's review some system facts here. So in the in sample period we have percent profitable of 80%. The out of sample period is quite the same figure here. So which means it's quite stable in the in sample and out of sample period. In the overall period, yeah, we have an expectancy of over 2 points per trade, and in total, yeah, this strategy traded over 100 eMini system points in about 3 weeks, which means it gave you around 30 points, 30 eMini points per week, which is quite a high number. So yeah, this is quite an interesting system. And you see here on the right the scripts, so the buy script, the sell script with the cycle numbers, which have been detected by the genetic engineers, and the MACD parameters for the exit long, the exit short signal are plotted here. So you can directly put this here into your LS. So it's quite simple to put this in live trading mode, and the out of sample period shows here. And just keep in mind that this has been tweaked out after around 60 minutes after the evolution has started. So, and this is quite interesting. So before you prepare your intraday trading day, you'll just wake up, take your coffee, let the genetic algorithm just scan your favorite trading rules, and you see here that it's we analyzed the search space of over 44 quadrillion of possible systems here, and yeah, here just around about 60 minutes gave us this interesting data here. So this was just another example to show you the power how to search a large search space with the genetic algorithm.